Welcome back to the channel. Steven the Fanboy here at an undisclosed location. Sorry if you're hearing some background noise up there. All right, so I just got my hands on the Google Pixel 6 Pro, and it's right here. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm not that important. But like everybody, I just commenting on the news. You know, Pixels are my thing. And again, I'm not all about the specs. I like the specs. I told you what I think about it in the video I made a couple weeks back. But I want to talk about the chip. That was like one of the two things that I want to know about were the chip and the price. And we don't know squat about the price. I'm hoping it's reasonable. But about that Tensor chip, so it's not Whitechapel, it's Tensor. According to some people who had their hands on it, they said that Google has been planning this or trying to develop this chip for like 4 or 5 years, which that makes so much sense if you think about it. I mean, everybody's looking at this next phone as the ultimate Pixel. This is the phone that should have been, from the original, or that this is Google finally trying. When if they've really been developing in this thing for like almost half a decade, then that would put it where? The original Pixel or the Pixel 2? So think about it, for the last few years, they've known that the phone that they're putting out is not going to be the phone that they want to make because it doesn't have the processor yet. And they knew that processor was coming later on, so it kind of makes sense. These last phones, including the phone that I have right here, the Pixel 3 XL, I like it, but I know the shortcomings of it. And it seems like they were testing it. Like the Pixel 2, I believe it wasn't at the great camera. Then they started improving on the camera. The Pixel 4, they started, doubling down and made a little dedicated chip. And it looked all the while that Pixel phones are failing, which in a way they were. Not a whole lot of people know about them. And even now it's like, so what in the tech community, which I'm barely part of, they're not really thought of that much. I like them, because while the hardware is not something to be braggadocious about, I was first in line for the software updates. And it was just great integration between the Google Assistant, and they're testing, which is what they do with a lot of products. They're testing year after year, and this is the year where they say, okay, you know what, it's time to put the thing down. So I am reasonably optimistic from what I've seen. I don't expect this chip to be like better or even as good as Apple series of chips, simply because they've been doing it longer, and I believe they got more efficient at making the chip and combining their hardware with their software, where Google can do that in the long run. And I do believe in their AI, and which is like the biggest difference I believe on this chip. The chip, I hope it's efficient, in camera and in battery, especially video quality. But machine learning is the takeaway. And when Google learns a lot, that's where Google shines. Anyway, that's just my take on it. And I'm giving Google a little too much credit because I don't even expect this thing to be perfect out the box. I expect it to be like a lot of their products. You're gonna test it, it's not gonna be perfect, it's not gonna be the best, and then later on down the line, it'll be worth its weight in gold. Anyway, that's what I gotta say for y'all. Tell me what y'all think.